So I'm just going to wait for a few people to jump on, and then we'll get started. So I've got TikTok going on over here, and I have Facebook and YouTube in the middle, and then I have Instagram to my right. So if I'm not totally looking at you the whole time, it's because I'm trying to speak with everybody, okay? So just a reminder, today we've got 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, my show. You can bring your questions. We do questions, we do pick a card live, we do paranormal case, so lots going on. But for today, we're going to be continuing our journey on manifestation. For those of you that are new, we have been going through the steps to manifest what we want our 2021 to look like. So we are on action today. If you have to catch up, I have on YouTube. YouTube has the steps we've been going through if you need to catch up. But for today, you can jump in. Today is action, okay? So we had prayer, which is asking. We had meditation, which is listening. And then we have action, which is doing. So no matter what you want to manifest, we want to make sure that we write it out, okay? So if you're just joining in, you'll want to make sure you write it out. This week is when we're going to get more specific because it's action, okay? So you'll go back to your prayer, your ask, your list of what it is you want 2021 to feel like. We'll go back to that list, and this time we're going to get more specific, okay? We will... action is going to be more of a logical approach versus what we've been doing, which has been a more spiritual, emotional approach, okay? This is your moment to be more logical. This is your moment to really get in your head if you want to get in your head. But this is really the only moment we're going to be getting in our head, because for those of you that were here for the weeks prior, if you weren't, jump onto YouTube, you can see we are making sure that when we manifest, it's something that we feel, right? That manifestation is something that we feel. It's not something that's going to completely come from up here. Manifestation is a combination of the head brain, the heart brain, the gut brain. It's not just here. Okay. And so for a lot of us, if we've tried manifesting and it all comes from here and we're begging and asking and begging and asking and we're not getting it, that's partial reason. Okay. This concept of being able to ask, being able to listen, being able to receive is what that combination is what is going to bring you more clarity. So now in this time of asking, for those of you that have been along for the ride for a while, okay, we are going to add to what we've already created, okay? So getting more specific. So I want you to take your ask, your prayer which you've written out, and we're going to get specific. I still stand by, if you're asking for a relationship, that you are not specific with who you want that person to be. I'm talking to you, TikTok. If you are wanting to manifest a relationship, do not put that person's name in, okay? Because you are asking or forcing something that may not be meant to be, right? And by doing that, you're blocking yourself from potential other partners or relationships, okay? So we're not going to get that specific with names, all right? We want to know what that relationship feels like. What do you want that relationship to feel like, okay? Now, today, because we're doing action, you can get more specific. Like, I would like the relationship to be local. I don't want it to be, lost the word, but long distance. You know where I was going with that, right? That's fine. You can do that. But we really want it to be a feeling. So for those of you that are putting out a job, you can get more specific with the job. Okay. Now is the time to get more specific. I really love this type of work. I really want it in this type of neighborhood, but I'm open to either. You know, we can get more specific here. Now, For the next 2 weeks of action, we're going to be cleaning out the clutter at home, at work, in your car, and in your mind. What people don't realize is something I've mentioned a lot is we don't want to manifest on top of bad soil or crap, right? So we don't want to manifest on top of our fears and our anxiety. We don't want to manifest on top of old issues and old crap that we're holding on to. We want to manifest on top of fresh soil. We want to manifest on top of a body that is balanced. Now, a balanced body also means that we're balanced outside, right? Your home, take a look at your home. All right. If you live with your parents, your bedroom. Okay. No clutter. That's so important just in general in life, that we don't have clutter and that we aren't holding on to items and things that we no longer need and no longer serve us. That's energy that's weighing us down. Okay. And if we're trying to manifest something, really big, the last thing that we want to do is to be or have our surroundings holding us down because we have these things or these items that really don't serve us and are holding on to memories that we really don't need anymore. Okay. So cleaning out the clutter is what your focus will be. You can also, like I said, you can get a little bit more specific on your ask, on your prayer, but cleaning out the clutter is going to be imperative. Now, again, I'm going to stress cleaning out the clutter in your room, at home, in your home, if you have your own home, your car. Clean out your clutter in your car and up here. All right. That's a lot of homework for the next 2 weeks. It's a lot to work on. That would keep you super busy. And for those of you that are back in lockdown, you probably did this the first time around with lockdown. If you didn't, this is your opportunity to clear the house, the car, the room, the office at work, right? And then we also obviously want to clear the clutter from the mind, which we'll get to that in a minute. So making sure that not only is there is no clutter, but that we're not holding on to things we don't need. So important. Okay. So the mind, how do we know if the mind is holding on to things we don't need? Sometimes we don't know. Where we find out is in our daily practice, because our daily practice is going to remind us and show us memories, visions, voices, emotions, experiences. And you'll be like, oh, that's right. All those things are what everyone says. I can't meditate because I can't clear my mind. Well, you're not about to clear your mind. You're not trying to clear your mind. What you're trying to do is allow that clutter in the mind to just move. So it's going to pass through and then leave. It's going to pass through and leave. So as it passes through, you're in your mind, you're seeing it. In your mind, you're hearing it. In your mind, you're remembering it. You're just not going to latch on to it. You're just going to look at it and go, oh, I remember that. Leave it alone. Let it pass through you like a movie screen and out. I will actually visualize it leaving out of my ears. This is how I feel it being pulled out. This is how I don't attach to it. Because if I am feeling it being sucked out, and I stress feeling it being sucked out, because I don't want your mind to get caught up in imagining it. And even though imagination is so important, for now, all of you tend to lean more into using your mind than not. So I'm trying to help you to not use as much of your mind. So think of feeling like a suction cup being pulled out. That's every time a thought, every time a memory, every time a vision, just feel it being sucked out. Okay. That's how we're going to be clearing our mind. That's going to be in your daily practice. That's the daily practice you already have. Okay. I feel like I'm interrupting a class. You're not interrupting. Maybe I'm lecturing, but you're not interrupting. So next is, okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to save next for next week, because I feel like the two things I gave you is a lot. So let's, so we're going to get more specific in our asks. So for those of you that have been writing down what it is you want 2021 to feel like, you can go in now and use your mind to be a little more specific. We're going to clean out the clutter at home, at work, in our car, in your room. And then we were talking about clearing it here. Okay. So that visual, if it works for you, is to feel it leaving, right? So when we're in meditation, your mind will always be going, okay? All of our minds, everyone's minds will always be going. So you're going to take that which passes in front of you and just let it continue. It's like if you're sitting in your car at a light and pedestrians want to cross the street, like you let them cross the street, right? You don't yell at them and look at them and cry and get emotional and get attached. You just let them cross the street. Well, same thing with your thoughts, okay? Think of yourself as the vehicle, and whatever minds are whatever memories or visions are coming up and coming through the mind, just imagine it like a pedestrian walking past you. Let it keep walking past, okay? Just let it walk past. Sometimes, of course, we're going to feel things. That's okay. If you feel an emotion, if you, whatever, what I just don't want you to do is taking your mind and holding on to it and then just thinking about that for the rest of your meditation. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Now, if an emotion stays with you because of that memory, that's okay. That's okay. You'll move through that. All right. So as we're cleaning out this clutter, as we're clearing out the mind, as we're clearing out the car, the office, the bedroom, we're going to make space for opportunity. Energetically, we're making space for opportunity. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. All right. So don't be fooled by the power of clutter in a negative way and the power of decluttering. Okay. It's huge. And I'm sure there's some show on Netflix, I think, about decluttering. And I mean, it's not a new phenomenon. Obviously, I'm not sharing something new, but what I am sharing is the power of it in combined with this manifestation work that we're doing, and that it's essential. Okay. It's essential that we do that. So any questions about that? Because we want to get through this week. And for some of you, you might just be starting and it might take you a few weeks to declutter. That's okay. As long as you're doing it, there's no rush. You know, I give ourselves 2 weeks just so you have some time to figure, things out. But this is not like December 31st, at midnight, everything isn't going to fall into your lap. This all takes time. What I'm setting you guys up for is a purpose-filled life. What I'm setting you up for is clarity on what you want, where you want to go, how you want to get there. Okay. So as we declutter, as we disconnect, there's going to be people and connections and partners that will start to show themselves a little bit clearer. Okay. There'll be relationships that you were already kind of on the fence, wouldn't want to admit you were on the fence with them. Is this a good relationship? Is it a bad? I don't mean just love, but I mean friends and everything. And as you declutter, you're going to be able to get clarity on those relationships. Okay. And for some of those relationships are not going to last through it. That's okay. That's okay. That's how this is supposed to work. Before we can manifest what we truly want, a lot of times, most of the times, we have to let go of what we thought we wanted or what we thought was good for us, or we knew that we needed to let go and we just were scared or whatever that is, right? So this decluttering combined with being specific on what it is we want and how we want to get there and what that's going to look like is really powerful. It's a powerful combination and a powerful tool. So let's take this week and get very specific. So this Thursday night, we're going to do a live pick a card. And I will have a numerologist with us, Danetta Huffman. She's going to be, I will do the pick a card, right? Like we do on TikTok and Instagram. I'll lay out the cards. You guys will pick. But then Danetta will come in and read what the numerology actually means, because I don't know numerology. And so she's going to come in and actually read that. That'll be Thursday night. So I'm going to do it all separate. TikTok, I don't have a way of bringing Danetta on, so I will just be doing a live pick a card for you guys. But for Insta, Danetta and I will both be there. And of course, for Facebook and YouTube, she'll be with us. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be this Thursday night. 6:30 will start on Facebook and YouTube, and then 7 o'clock we'll go to Insta, and then 7:30 I'll meet up with you guys on TikTok. All right, any questions about next steps? Are we good? Direct message me if you do have any questions. You have a lot of work to do. So we'll connect. I'll see you guys at 1:30 on my show, where you can bring your questions about love and relationship, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, YouTube or Facebook, Miriam the Medium. And then I have my paranormal show, of course, after that, which is 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And then I'll see you all on Thursday. Okay? Okay. Bye, guys.